If it wasn't obvious by the foam Master Sword hanging on my wall, I am a Zelda fan. I'm also a loser, but I'm not sure how much those two correlate. Growing up, I had to get my hands on every possible Zelda game that I could, and before I had a Wii for Twilight Princess or a DS for Spirit Tracks, I sought after many online Zelda games. There are tons of Zelda knockoffs, mods, flash games, and more, but today we're tackling a speedrun of maybe the most popular one, in my mind, The Legend of Zelda and The Lampshade of no real significance. The title screen already says a lot. We've got Link stabbing a chicken, a man running out of a burning building, Link presumably mugging some guy, and a banana. Also, I think that's Tinkle. Finally, we can begin the run, and with nowhere else to go, we sprint into this cave. Inside it is the invincible sewer demon, the Lampshade Guardian. We were starting off with a tough opponent, but without a sword and a shield, I instead opted to pull his plug. I won. Beating the Lampshade Guardian grants us the mystical lampshade, a very important item. Struggle to climb the ladder a little bit, emerge at the top, and welcome to high school. Going left, we find an unconscious man who is useless to us, but heading upwards, we find our old friend Solid Snake, who is looking for a helpless animal to eat, I guess, off into the main part of town, and there's a McDonald's here and a PC World. I instantly went into the McDonald's, but the man wouldn't sell me anything. Asshole. Well, at least Samus gets to enjoy her Happy Meal. There wasn't much to do in PC World either, but I found a character I could relate a lot to. Jen. I'm not a plot character, but I'm still in the game. Power to the NPC. I was clearly lost already at this point. I found a guy looking for frogs, Kirby shooting a big gun. Holy shit, it's Kirby with a gun. A League of Legends player, until I finally went to the north of town and found Randy. He missed lunch and was just dying to get some food. With nowhere else to turn, he requests we take this big bag of money and get him some grub. I journeyed over to McDonald's and spotted a man in an orange shirt leaving the store. And also the game window. Turns out that guy just bought up all of the last burgers they had to offer, and I was gonna have to find a better means of getting old Randy his food. I went over to Orange Shirt Guy and found out his name was John. I was hoping I could beat the shit out of John and steal the burgers for my hero Randy, but he already ate the burgers and the game didn't give me the prompt. I thought maybe I could go buy myself a new PC, but that didn't end up working either. Until I remembered our old friend, the League of Legends player, was expecting some cash, so I went and gave him the bag of money in exchange for some spray bottles. Awesome. Fortunately, I also remembered Samus, who is both A girl, and B, has hair, so I brought her the spray bottles and got us a Happy Meal toy in return. I don't know what to do with this. I wandered around for a while with practically no idea where to go. Who the hell was looking for a Happy Meal toy? Until eventually I noticed this little path right here, and across the screen I found a graveyard featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series and Heihachi. Hi Hachi. Hachi? Ho Hachi. I went to talk to him just to see what he had to say, and he immediately stole my iron toy, began chewing on it, and then died. His last words were, "Make sure no one steals my vase." So to make sure no one steals it, I stole it for myself. I brought the vase to this guy who used it to scoop up some water so we could splash it on his roommate's face and get back inside his house. It doesn't look like it worked. Before my good deeds, I got the Frog of Legend. I thought I was pretty smart at this point because immediately I tried to put the frog back in the pond or talk to the guy who was looking for the frog, but he didn't care at all. Until I thought about a man who was looking for a helpless animal. I begrudgingly brought the frog all the way over to Solid Snake, and for our horrific sacrifice, we got some tiger face paint. Yay. It mentioned kids parties when I got it, and the only child I could really think of was Kirby, so I brought it to him, and it worked. In exchange, he gave us a taser, which apparently he has 20 of. With the taser in hand, it was time to use it on a man who was already in perfect shocking potential. This guy. This should wake him up. Did I kill that guy? I think I actually killed that guy. Holy shit, you guys got time crisis in here? The other roommate, or I guess now sole owner of the house, offered to let me take the light gun. I thought maybe I could rob the McDonald's. It didn't work. Neither did robbing PC World. I decided to bring it back to Dante, and what do you know? He took it, and he gave me a shovel in return. What on earth am I gonna do with this thing? Well, the most immediate thing that looked diggable was this grave. So as a joke, I dug up the grave. Okay, well, now I have a human corpse and still no McDonald's McChickens. I sprinted back to McDonald's hoping that I could get some sort of guidance on what to do with this thing, and maybe they had stocked back up now on meat, and What do you mean I've got some meat, Tom? Tom, what do you mean by that? All I could do was watch the spacebar move up and down, ready for me to click it, and to turn the corpse into a burger. Dazed, confused, and sad, I left the McDonald's, flesh burger in hand. I brought it over to the one man who wanted a burger in the first place, the one man who started all of this, Randy. I offered him the burger, just hoping he wouldn't be too upset with the color of the food, and to my surprise, he was happy to see me. It was my pleasure, Randy. I mean, maybe like next Saturday or something, you and I could... No! With my best friend, idol, hero, and reason for going on not being around anymore, I ventured towards the castle and placed the lampshade on the altar. And just like the end of every Zelda game, the feng shui of the room was finally perfected. What the fuck did I just play?